Welcome back to How to Build a Dormer series. This is part 4, and in today's video we're going to be carrying the dormers up on the roof and get them setting. And I ain't for sure how far I'll get along with it today. I got a late start this morning, had some errands to run, but I would like to at least get the stuff up on the roof. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about building your own house and saving a ton of money, so be sure to subscribe. Ring that bell so you get a notification every time I release a new video, and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Alright, so I'm going to take these up here, and the biggest thing you got to watch for today is going up this ladder safely, because I work alone most of the time and we know how dangerous ladders are in general, but when you're trying to carry something up it with one arm, it's definitely even more dangerous. So let's do this. You know, it's not as hard as it looks carrying these up. As long as you have experience with ladders, it probably isn't that big a deal, but I wouldn't recommend you doing this. I would definitely have somebody lift them up to you, or have somebody use something to get them up to you. I don't know about a crane, but maybe a bobcat or a skid steer. Since I don't have any more than 2 arms, and I need 2 to hold the level and shoot together the dormer, I'm going to have to switch to the GoPro, and this is going to be a little different, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover to try to explain what I'm doing. So, alright, here we are on the roof with the GoPro on. And if you can see that board I just had in my hand, that was actually just the temporary brace, that was not the ridge board. And it's really kind of challenging to fumble around this stuff when you're up there by yourself, but as you guys know, I work alone most of the time. But see how I'm trying to I had to reach over there, grab a nail gun, and then I'm trying to stabilize this face of the dormer as I do it. And that's me using my nail gun as a hammer, because sometimes when that's all you got in your hand, you need a hammer, that's what you use. And what I did is just set it on the lines that I had marked where it sets, and then I just toe-nailed a nail in it, just to kind of hold it temporarily. And then I just got the temporary brace in my hand, and I got the level. Right here I'm just trying to see where I got it to go, or which way it has to go in order to make it plumb. And I just got an idea of where to brace it at, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it and tacking it right in the center of where the dormer is going to be, so that way it's not in the way of the walls. And you can see me here just kind of plumbing it up, trying to get it pretty good. This is harder than it looks, to be honest with you. On film it just, you can't give it justice for what it is in real life, but trying to hold it plumb and shoot at the same time, and it looks like it's pretty good there. And then after that I went up here and just reinforced the nails that were sticking up that needed nailed down. And here I go, just making sure it's plumb. It must have looked good, because I am on to the next one. Here I go. So I'm coming over here, getting my brace. Alright, well, nope, I was just dropping off my level and standing up the next dormer face. I'm going to see where we got to go with it. I'm getting it lined up on the marks, and here I am just fumbling around. And, if you don't have a hammer, you use your hand. No. But, alright, so I just got it lined up, tacking it down, and, as long as you put a couple nails in, it actually holds pretty well, and it's just sitting up there by itself, and it doesn't have a brace on right now, so I run over, grab the brace before it falls over, and then I lay it up, lay the brace up on the face, and trying to get it to where it should be adjustable, because if you have it too close to the face, then if you have to pull it back, it won't have any room to go. So I try to break the difference of the stud that's on the dormer face there. So alright, so here I go. I'm hoping it stands, because I must have to go. Oh, that's what happened, my darn level fell off the roof. So here I go. I'm going to have to climb down the ladder, get my level. And stuff like this is just the reality of working alone, and trying to do what's affordable. And I'm just double checking my level to make sure it's still level. Okay, and it must have been. And here I go, back up on the roof. I'm kind of disappointed that happened. I'm sure I'm kind of frustrated, but it's the reality of building, especially when you're building alone. Alright, so here I am getting it plumbed back up and plumbing it. And the wall of these dormer faces are a little bowed, so if you try to get it spot on perfect in all parts of it, you can't. So what I did is just went to the center there, because the center is where the ridge board's going to be setting and holding it where it goes. So okay, here I am grabbing the other brace that I have for the center dormer, walking over, and I grab my nail gun, and I do have a hook on my nail gun right there. I just finally used it, but that's what I should have been using earlier. But you know, sometimes it's easier just to throw your gun down and just keep moving. But here I am just tacking it on the marks I made. And yeah, as far as centering them up, it's not really rocket science. It's actually, you know, you just kind of put it center initially, then you just adjust it left and right if you have to. But here we go. So just making sure it's halfway plumb where it's setting. Just give me an idea of where to put my temporary brace. And right here looks ideal. So I just tack it to the roof first, and that way it gives me something to plumb up and anchor it to. So here I am just making sure I get it pretty well perfect. And you know, don't drive yourself nuts because there's still a little play in it, because if it isn't perfect when you tack it, you can always readjust it when you put your ridge board on. But you know, it's always good to get it as close as you can. In order to install these ridge boards, all you got to do is lay it in that slot we made, level it up like you see me doing here, come over to the roof, shoot it on the mark that's centered, and then just take this block and shoot it to the side of the ridge board and then anchor it to the window, and that's it. Alright, I'm up here on the roof. I wanted to give you a little rundown of what I got done. I don't know how much you could tell what I did with the GoPro, but I wanted to show you how I got these laid out on the roof and how I got them squared and everything. So let me flip the camera around. Alright, so what I did, I pulled a measurement up from the edge of this roof. That way we have a square chalk line. So if you look here, I chalked a line from here clear to where the end of that last dormer is. And I went ahead and put these kicker blocks down before I put any of the faces up here. So that way I had something to stand the dormer face up to without kicking. And what I did after that, I went ahead and just plumbed it up, put a temporary brace on. That's what all these little braces are underneath the ridge boards. And then after that, I went through, if you've seen on the GoPro footage or not, I don't know, but I put these blocks and then I plumbed it up. And once I plumbed it up, I just tacked it up here to the roof. And I just got these squared off the chalk line up the center. But I'll show you what I did after that. But I went ahead and plumbed that up, then nailed it here. So that way we're anchored to the roof and to the actual face of the dormer. So now we're temporarily setting plumb and square. And what I did to keep everything square, I came over to the center of the roof and got a measurement to the center off the edges. And I'm going to zoom up a little bit here. If you can see, I got a nice little mark to the center. Then I came up, I got a big 100-foot tape, found the center of the roof up here, and then I chalked a line from here clear down to the bottom here, so I know I got a square line. And as you can see, it's right here, and then I just made it a little darker with my pencil, and then I pulled from here to get the ridge boards to where they're going to sit for these other dormers. So that way, that's an easy way to get everything squared. And I just want to give you a little rundown, and I'm going to come back in the morning. So let's start in the morning.